Hello my friends, hello, it's Matthew Street and welcome to my channel. As always, I truly appreciate you being here. And folks, in the afterglow of the VC meetup at the MGK Boston headquarters, which was so much fun for me and Street to meet all those great members of the vinyl and music community, we decided to take a little sabbatical for a few days out here by the lake, at the lake house, by the lake. I am in southern central Connecticut at a beautiful little location, me and Mrs. Street, having a wonderful time together, relaxing, decompressing. We have not been away for so long together in the aftermath of my dad's passing back in March, several months ago. We just needed a break. We needed to get away, and so here we are out at the lake house. No, it's not my lake house. We rented a nice little place for a few days to relax. We took the puppies with us and we're having a great time. Well, I'm always on the hunt for music though, right? Have to always be doing that. So when we're out in these little locations, we go to have a great time together, eating, checking out shops, local locations, places of interest and whatnot. And certainly me, being the music buff I am and music nut I am, I look for cool places to stop in. So we stopped in at this place. All right, I'll hold it there for a second. Mike and Dave's. I'll leave it up there for a minute. If you want to take the information down, you want to check it out someday. Mike and Dave's. Antique shop and consignment. And I like little cool places like this because sometimes you can find some really neat stuff. Well, I picked up a few things, so I thought, let's make a quick video and show you what I got, okay? Get another video out there. So, the first thing I got is, I was watching the Matt Williamson over at the Pop Goes the 60s channel, one of my favorite channels, and he did a great video about this band, the New Colony 6. And I'm flipping through the records today at this Mike and Dave's antique and consignment place, and this popped up. I said, oh my goodness, that was one of the albums that Matt showed in his video about the New Colony 6. Now, I know a little bit about the New Colony 6, a pop band from the 60s. Matt gave the whole history of them. Go and check out his video on it. But when I saw this being one of their early albums, I don't think they had too many albums, actually. Matt could tell you better. But I grabbed it. And folks, maybe Matt could tell me because he knows a lot more about them. I think it's a promo. I mean, tell me what you think, but it's on the Centaur label. And it's white. It's a white label. So I'm assuming, unless Centaur, that's what their label looked like. Maybe Matt could tell me better. I think it's a promo. And the reason I say that is you get the regular, cover, but on the back is a little cutout here. See it? Nothing else says promo on it, but I don't know. The New Colony 6 Colonization on the Centaur label. So that's one of my finds. Grab that. Thought you'd get a kick out of seeing that. I'm really looking forward to hearing it. Matt played some song clips of them in his video, and boy, they sounded pretty good. And like I said, I've heard of them before, but I don't have anything by them. So to find this, that was pretty cool, I thought. Okay, let's go on to the next one. I have several Dave Clark 5 albums. I have a couple of CDs. They had that official CD that came out not too long ago. They had another one on Hollywood Records several years ago. I think it was a double CD. I may be wrong on that. But I have those, and I certainly have several of the original albums when they came out on the Epic label. But this is one I didn't have, folks. The Try Too Hard album. And this is great. I mean, I'm really looking forward to hearing it. This is another Dave Clark 5 I did not have. I'll show you the label. The original yellow Epic label, as you can see. And I'm really happy to get this, folks, because, as I said, I love the Dave Clark 5. As much as the Beatles or the Kinks or the Who and the British Invasion, probably not. But they're one of my top favorite British Invasion bands, along with like Jerry and the Pacemakers and Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas, bands like that, pop bands like that didn't quite make it to the end of the 60s being as big as like the Beatles and the Stones and the Who and the Kinks. But, one of those British Invasion bands I've always loved and happy to have it. All right, then I found two nuggets. Now, I don't have an 8-track player, but I do collect cassettes, rare cassettes and 8-tracks when they come up of certain artists that I love. And I found this, the George Harrison album from 1979, year I graduated high school, still in its cardboard sleeve, although it's a little bit damaged. Now, it is sealed in plastic, although it's not the original shrink wrap on it. I think they covered it with something to protect it. It's not original. As you can see, the cardboard's kind of damaged down there, but it is the George Harrison 1979 album on 8-track. And so I grabbed it. Big year for me, folks. Graduated high school, went into the military and the Air Force the year this came out. This album meant a lot to me senior year. It came out March of 79. I graduated in late May, and it was one of those albums that year that really carried me through, folks. That period going from boyhood to manhood, so to speak, from high school and then a month later after graduating into the United States Air Force and then overseas for over 2 years. So this was a big one for me, and I'm happy to find on 8-track as a little collectible. Again, I don't buy too many 8-tracks, but if it's something Beatles or something, you know, significant to me, I will pick it up. And last but not least, and I'll be out of here, folks, is I found this. That little 12-year-old boy who just did a few videos about the Mind Games deluxe set coming out, well, he was also that 12-year-old boy that loved albums like this. From 1973, Red Rose Speedway, Paul McCartney and Wings on 8-track. Again, like the George Harrison album, it's wrapped in a plastic, but I don't think it's original shrink, although it is in very great condition. And so I said, I'm going to grab it. And for easy money, short money, why not? A lot of great stuff on there. Paul McCartney and Wings, Red Rose Speedway from 1973. And folks, you know, this album, the double vinyl came out of this. The double version of Red Rose Speedway came out several years ago. And wow, I really love that version. That's probably my favorite version of this album. Okay, so there you go. Got a couple of solo Beatles. Got a couple of 60s things here, folks. I did pretty well today for my first full day out here in South Central Connecticut, down by the lake, enjoying the beauty of the moment. And the beauty of the moment of having you with me. So thanks again, folks. I'm going to be out of here and post this for you, but I thought you'd enjoy seeing a couple of finds I made today out by the lake. Take care, everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye.